Hey Sagittarius, welcome to your November 2019 rune casting and tarot card reading. I first wanted to talk with you about what I saw in the runes, and then we will flip the camera down and take a look at the cards and see what kind of insight and advice we can get from them, okay? So the first thing that jumped out at me here for you Sagittarius is that you are going through some kind of transformation or change of some variety. I also got for some of you that you may be losing your home. I'm so sorry if that is happening to some of you. Or there's a fear that you may be losing your home, or there's something about the home situation that's being destabilized, okay? And because of some other things that I saw in the runes, this could potentially be tied to an illness. So again, I'm so sorry if that is the scenario that you're having to deal with right now. I also got that money feels out of reach for you right now. That's kind of the message that I got, was that money feels out of reach, and that it could potentially be, you know, the money could be blocked, right, in quotes, because of family emergencies. And so by blocked, I mean like things are coming into your life, like things that you can't plan for are coming into your life. Things like family emergencies. And then I also got like keeping a woman comfortable. So apply that to your life. It may apply to some of you, it may not, you know, so like see where that might fit. But money feeling out of reach, money feeling like it's being, you're needing to divert finances and financial resources to things like emergencies, like family emergencies or some kind of things that you can't plan for, and that this message about having to keep a woman comfortable. I wrote down that this is impacting your ability, Sagittarius, to enjoy your life, as something like this probably would, but that definitely came through as I was looking at the runes. And that the scenario is likely affecting your kind of your family overall, right? And then I got that you may need, and it's always difficult to do this when you're in the thick of things, and I understand this, but this message came through, and so I do want to offer it to you, and that was that you may need to see this difficult situation in a new light, which again, I understand, easier said than done. But that was the message that came through, and that you may need to take a new perspective on the situation, okay? So now, I do want to address a subset of you. There may be a subset of you that may be dealing with a serious illness, and as serious illnesses do, they affect our families and they affect our relationships, especially those that are closest to us, like our partner or, you know, our children, the people that are closest, right? The message that I got for you, so those of you who are dealing with a serious illness right now, the message is to listen to your intuition. It has been trying to communicate with you and counsel you, and I also got that you should consider journaling what you're getting from your intuition or what your worries are, and then taking those and calmly talking to them, talking about them to your partner, your significant others, whoever those are for you in your life, okay? So the message is, I think it's don't keep things bottled. Listen to your gut, listen to your intuition. Start a journal. If you're open to that, start a journal and write down what you're getting. And then take that, share that with your partner, and if appropriate, you know, your children, your significant others, okay? So that's for a subset of you. For all of you who are resonating with this story, the suggestion from the runes was to talk to your partner. It's related to what I just said, but without the illness piece tied into it, okay? So for all of you that the story is resonating with, excluding the illness piece, talk to your partner about your fears, your concerns, your hunches surrounding the situation that you guys find yourself in, right? So this situation that might be tied in this particular scenario to the home, the destabilization of the home, money situations, all of those types of things. The suggestion is to not keep things bottled up, but to communicate, you know, obviously in the most healthy, calm way possible. Again, sometimes easier said than done, but to keep that in mind, right? So I'm gonna stop, I could keep going, but I'm gonna stop there. Let's take a look at the cards and see what kind of clarification we can get for you, Sagittarius, and see what kind of advice we can get for you related to the situation. In this case, I really feel like this is one kind of overarching message with a subset of people that are dealing with an illness on top of this home destabilization and this money thing, okay? So I think what I'm going to do is, I think I'm gonna do just one tarot reading for this, and then if the cards guide me, I will dig into the subset with the illness. So I'll just have to, I'll wait and see kind of where the cards lead me on this one, okay? So let's flip the camera down and take a look and see what we can tell you about this, okay? Hey Sagittarius, let's ground your reading with these magical spell cards. I'm going to be using them as an oracle card. To see, what I want to start with is to look at the energies surrounding this transformation or this change that you're currently going through, dealing with. What is the energy around this change or transformation for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and rising signs? What is the energy around this transformation for Sagittarius? Victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. Let's take a look at this one. Sensuality, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh and play. I'm wondering if this transformation has to do with how you express yourself, the confidence that you feel. On the flip side of this, if I want to tie it back to the rune reading, which I think I do, kind of almost look at what you would think of as like kind of the flip of these cards, would be that you are very used to feeling attractive and sexy and, you know, kind of all of that. So you're kind of used to that. But I almost kind of feel like if I were reading reversals in this deck, which I'm not, but the energy that I'm getting is almost kind of like it's this type of situation where this change and this transformation that you're dealing with has put you in a state of mind, in a state of being, where you don't feel sensual, you don't feel like you can express yourself that way. You're not feeling attractive, possibly, you're not feeling sexy, possibly, you know, that kind of thing. So I'm going to leave these reversed just to kind of keep that in mind, because I don't have any reversals in this deck. I also am not reading reversals in this deck at this point in time. All right. The only, if I need to get clarification, I do have this little guy where I do have reversals sitting in here, just so you know. So I just want to be clear for you that I didn't just randomly flip these around. I really do feel like the energy, if I were to leave them right side up, I think it would be a little bit confusing, because the messages that I was getting from the runes is that there was a challenge here. And so I'm going to trust the runes with the overarching story and stick with that particular story that I got from the runes. And so I'm guessing that whatever it is that's going on with you, it has left you feeling essentially unvictorious in the area of maybe your self-esteem, you know, your physical appearance could be compromised in some way, which might be part of this transformation and this change, right? So, and of course, I did pick up on some, you know, some subset of you that might be dealing with an illness, which of course, you know, oftentimes when we are struggling with something or we get ill, our physical appearance, our bodies often, you know, take a toll, right? And so it could be that. So I'm going to leave these like this. Hopefully this won't upset anyone. And just to kind of make some space, I'm going to do this. And we're going to take a look at some tarot cards to get some clarification, okay? So let's get some clarity around this situation for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's look at this transformation and this change that Sagittarius is dealing with. Oh my. Knight of Cups. The Page of Wands. And the Six of Wands, which is interesting, which, you know, some people, if, you know, you can pick a word for this card, some people will look at it as kind of victory over something, which is interesting. I'm going to pull more cards. But right now what I'm getting, the first thing that I got from this, especially these two, was kind of like somebody gave you false hope. There was an attempt to try something new. And I think everybody was hopeful that it would work out. That it would be victorious, so to speak, right? That there would be a positive outcome. But I'm getting that it may have this, whatever this thing was, whatever this hope was, whatever this new thing was to try, that either you ended up finding out that there was false hope, or you are concerned yourself, like you're wondering and you're worrying, is this actually possible? Like, or you know, is this some kind of just like telling me what I want to hear type of thing? So let's keep going with this for Sagittarius. Some more clarification on this transformation or this change. Tower, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Swords. I mean, here's your, here's your kind of your transformation and your sudden change. It's loud and clear right here, right? Gosh, what I'm getting from this, Sagittarius, is that you, I mean, clearly this is something that rocked your world, whatever this situation is that you're dealing with. And that you are really trying to figure out what the best thing to do is. And like you're trying to find the confidence. I think you may be exploring your resources, or exploring resources just in general, to try to understand how you can best approach this, go about this, solve this. All of it, like, is it solvable? Is there a chance? Let's keep going here. The Magician. The Page of Pentacles. Wow. And the Knight of Pentacles. I see these cards as being kind of like advice for you. So we were just kind of talking about, like, you're not sure what, kind of which way to go. You're exploring resources, you're exploring avenues, this kind of thing, related to potentially this false start or a false hope or something. And from these, I'm getting this is kind of like the beginning of some advice for you on this, which is that we always, what I'm getting from this isn't, obviously, depending on how severe the situation is, things are, easier said than done, of course, always. However, what I'm getting is that, and if you, those of us in this community, and so if you're watching this, I'm assuming you're open to these ideas, is that, we have the ability to manifest our realities. And so, with this card, with this card, with this card, and with this card, like, your intentions, your state of mind, what you work toward, you can make real, right? Like, you can make manifest. And I'll try to move this so you can see this a little bit better. I'm not sure how much this is cutting off the bottom of the card here, but, right? So the idea that I'm getting from this is, slow and steady wins the race. Keep exploring, keep plugging away, keep looking for solutions, keep looking for options, even if it's exhausting. And keeping a healthy state of mind, keeping a positive state of mind, is going to be really important for you here. All right, so that might be kind of going back to the runes. That might be where this shift in perspective, or this mindset shift might be. If you don't believe that you can manifest your reality, that we are co-creators with spirit in our lives, if you haven't believed that up until this point, maybe the advice here is for you to explore some books, audiobooks, some videos that talk about manifesting and how our state of mind and our thoughts get projected out into the world and effectively kind of bounce back at us, right? And so that whole idea of, having a positive state of mind will attract more positivity towards you. It's that kind of thing, right? For those of you that are already on this path, that are familiar with manifestation, who practice it, who believe that it's possible that we can co-create with the universe, then maybe this is just a reminder for you. Sometimes we get into a little bit of trouble, or in this particular situation, if this is an illness or something, it's easy to get caught up with the doctors and the medication and the treatments and the whatever, right? So maybe this is a reminder for you to, as hard as it is sometimes, and I'm not saying this lightly because I've been there, it's not easy sometimes, but and we have to dig deep to find the energy and the motivation at times to kind of keep going, keep putting one foot in front of the other, keep exploring options, keep a positive state of mind. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting from this piece of it. Let's see, we'll do a little bit more with the tarot, and then we'll get an advice card for you from the Animal Spirit Oracle, okay? So I kind of am taking this as your advice, so let's see if there's anything more we can add to this. Is there any other advice that we can add for Sagittarius regarding this situation? Is there any more clarity or advice that we can add for Sagittarius? So you got the High Priestess and the Hierophant. And the King of Wands. What I'm getting from these cards: listen to your intuition. Seek your own internal guidance. If this is an illness, medical professionals have an obvious role to play in our healing, in our health, in our treatment. Would never suggest for you not to consult with them. But we also have our own intuition and our bodies. We know our bodies best, right? So communicating with, tapping in, right? So this is like tapping into your body's wisdom, to your body's intuition, learning how to listen to that, and then communicating that to, if this is a doctor, if this is your priest, if this is a spiritual advisor, whoever this person is to you. I think this ties back to that piece in the Rune reading where I talked about potentially journaling what you're getting from your intuition, and talking to your significant others, your partner, about your fears and your concerns and all of that. So this, I think, is a reinforcement of that piece of it. And I think the King of Wands here has come out to give you that strength and that encouragement to not shy away from talking with people, having the courage to kind of stand up for what you believe in. So if you feel, for example, if you feel very strongly about a particular course of action, or a treatment, if this is a medical thing, if you feel very strongly pro or against something, speak up about it. Talk to people about it. Get a second opinion. You know, be open and honest with your medical professional, your partner, whatever the scenario is for you, okay? This is about listening to your intuition and making sure that you're communicating that with clarity and honesty to whomever this, you know, this could be somebody that you go to for advice. It could be a psychologist, it could be a medical doctor, it could be a priest, it could be anything like that, okay? So let's just get you a animal spirit message as you're navigating this situation, as you're trying to figure out how best to support yourself and handle this transformation and this change that you're going through, Sagittarius. What advice can we give Sagittarius if they can best deal with this? So I'm going to stick with this scenario. I just got a whole nother scenario here, which I will talk about, that have really nothing to do with the, nothing to do with what I saw in the runes, but it just smacked me in the face from these cards. So I'll talk about that in a second. But in the before we do that, let's get a clarification. That was two. Let's get a clarification card related to this challenging, we're going to call this the challenging transformation. That could very well be tied to illness. What is the advice here for Sagittarius that are dealing with this challenge? Ant Spirit wants to come out today. Ant Spirit came out for Leo's reading as well. So this is a 100% reinforcement of what we talked about here, which is it's time to collaborate. And so if you've just kind of been going with what other people are telling you to do, it's time to, you know, pull your King of Wands pants on, so to speak, and start kind of speaking up about what you think and what you want and what you see and what you feel. If this is about a medical professional or some kind of treatment plan, it's time for you to start collaborating and to start weighing in, start putting your 2 cents in, start putting your thoughts in, start being an active participant and collaborator in your recovery, in your treatment, whatever the situation is for you. But start talking, start communicating, get clear with yourself, right? It all starts with us. Get clear with yourself on what you want and what you think is right and what your intuition is telling you, and then share that with the appropriate people in your life, okay? All right, so Sagittarius, I hope that you found that reading helpful and gave you some clarity and some insight, some validation, and some avenues to pursue and some kind of next steps to potentially try, okay? I wish you the best, and I hope to see you around soon, okay? Take care.